Free was kind of fun. Isn't Free that yaoi anime that everyone freaked out over? Where it was all the boys swimming or whatever? My sister loves that slop. Oh, I don't doubt it. Okay.
Yaoi is slop, and I'm a little piggy oink oink.
The main, and even in from even like graphic doujins to just regular kind of semi-erotic anime or whatever else, the main problem with yaoi is that it's fucking dog shit. I love dudes fucking, okay? The problem is a lot of it is written by women, and a lot of women aren't actually attracted to guys, per se, and the way guys tend to look. They're just projecting themselves in the role of a man having sex with a feminine man. So a lot of yaoi shit, you end up getting like mutual androgyny to the point where genuinely it doesn't even feel like what are we even doing here, right? I'm not saying it's bad to have that, I'm just saying it's so often the case. The only people who are doing like really good mutual bara furry, or even just guys who look like guys, are furries, and there are problems with that too. Because furries, nobody does like subtle bara furry. They're all just like 8 foot tall, massive, fat, you know, trucker, just super ultra, you know, whatever. I think you're confusing women not actually liking men and women having different tastes in men. Nope! A lot of straight women legitimately just don't seem to be that attracted to men. I think they just think of men as like, okay, there's literally a trope where fujoshis, straight women who are into shipping guys with guys, aren't actually attracted to real men, only fake men. So, like, that's an actual thing. It's literally like a joke of fucking guys in anime, and they love them. Because guys in anime are all like hyper feminine, you know? It's not really like, they're not really like characteristics that lead you to be attracted to actual masculine real life people. Whereas, even though anime girls are often super unrealistic, they are often depicted as feminine. And it's much less common for people to be like, you know, oh yeah, I'm really into Yuri. I think it's hot when girls fuck girls in anime, but in real life, girls are gross. That's, like, that 3D, 2D waifu bullshit does happen, but I don't think it's the same kind of issue. Searching for that one tweet where the guy takes his Fujoshi sister to a gay bar on Bear Night and she cries so hard she throws up. Exactly. What a sentence. I mean, it's kind of true. Have you guys never gotten the impression a lot of straight women just kind of don't find men attractive? Probably also worth pointing out that when a lot of women fetishize men, they do it in ways that actually fetishize men's control or power. Like them being large or strong or big hands or whatever, but it doesn't usually extend to like the man's appearance itself. Like a good example of this would be 50 Shades of Grey, where all of the characteristics that Christian Grey is like a fantasy object for are his wealth, power, competence, so on and so forth. But in terms of his actual appearance, like, yeah, he's hot, but that's clearly not the operative force there, right? I think that a lot of women just think of men as vessels of power, and they're attracted to the power, but as for the way men actually look, it's pretty common for straight women to fantasize about other shit while getting railed. I could never. If I'm fucking someone, I'm looking at them, I'm thinking about them, because I'm attracted to people that I fuck. But it's a whole thing where it seems like a lot of straight women, like, when talking to other women, confide in each other. It's like, oh, no, you know, actually, like, when I'm having sex or whatever, I picture this fantasy, or why did I hold the jump button? Okay, whatever, it worked out. That's a very incel line of thinking. No, literally, this is a thing. I'm not saying this to, like, blame women or whatever. I'm just saying this is, like, a cultural problem. It's also why I don't tend to fuck straight women. How do we fix straight women? Well, it definitely doesn't help that a lot of guys put no effort into looking good. Even if we're talking heterosexual normies, a lot of women put effort into looking nice. And a lot of guys just fucking don't, you know? So that's part of it. Yeah, Contra did discuss this in her newest video. Yeah, in romance novels, the money is used as a literary device for power. When you read sexual fantasies written about women by men, what do they talk about? Largely, the woman's appearance. Like, her behavior isn't meaningless, but they usually talk about her appearance. But sexual fantasies about men from women are way more, like, broad and involved with the narrative. Lara Croft is a 3D woman, gun invalid, and as a lover of 3D women, I love her. I don't know, I've never had another woman say that to me. Okay, yeah, I'm talking broadly. I'm not saying this is like every woman or anything. Are you implying that if I want to have a lot of women, then I should become a femboy? Well, no, that'd be if you want to have a lot of men. A lot of women are interested in feminine men in media because they project themselves into it in a kind of like 3D Fujoshi, like, not 3D, you know, like proxy Fujoshi projection kind of thing. But then they tend to not actually be into guys or masculinity. I'm not being indignant about this, you know? I don't particularly find masculine guys that attractive. I tend to like androgynous or feminine people, regardless of, you know, their gender identity. I'm not saying that it's bad that women feel the way they do, but, you know, if I'm fucking a chick, she better be into how I look. Like, that's a non-starter right there, you know? Women yearn and men simply lust. Yeah, but I think that, like, that's bad for both sides. I think you have to yearn and lust, right? Because if you can't lust, then you can't be a freak in the bedroom and tear it down. But if you can't yearn, you're missing out on a lot of the emotional depth and complexity that comes along with sexual attraction and eroticism. I think you need to do both. Like, it's important, right? It seems like a lot of straight couples don't even have the emotional aspect. I mean, it's depressing to think about, but it's unfortunately very true that for a significant number of heterosexual couples, their sexual experience is basically just like the woman acquiescing to sex from the man, and the man, like, pounding into her for a while, and then nutting, and then both of them feeling weird about it after, but being quiet about it. There's so much weird shit, you know? I don't even necessarily think it's because they don't like each other. I think it's because they're kind of educated out of being sexually active and romantically active. Does that make sense? Like, I think it's possible for two people to find each other attractive and love each other, but still be bad at expressing themselves in that way. And because homosexuality is generally stigmatized, so homosexual movements and people place a lot of importance on self-expression, freedom, and authenticity, there's a tendency for homosexual people to be a lot more sexually liberal, or at the very least sexually introspective. Of course, there are boring people, or there are queer people who are boring in bed, and I have been with a few straight women who are just...
I've heard that women look good to impress men, and men look good to impress men. Thoughts?
Literally the opposite. 100% the opposite. Men, like, dress themselves up because they want to appeal to women. Women do their makeup and all the stuff they wear and do because they want to appeal to other women. Or not appeal to, but, like, impress or get along with. Women have, like, very, high standards aren't the right term. More like, women place a lot of importance on that kind of beauty stuff, and they know how to... Like, let me put it this way. If a woman did her makeup up really well, who do you think knows enough to compliment it? A man or a woman? I don't know anything about makeup. All I can really say is, like, notice when the eyeliner looks good or whatever. But it's kind of like how now that I know more about fashion, I can identify when people do things impressive in fashion. It's like that. Of course, we're generalizing here, but yeah. I have been with a few straight women who were, like, insanely into guys. The last straight woman that I was with, and this was a while ago, had a thing for bara-type dudes, like actual, in real life, large, like, kind of chubby, hairy guys, which, hey, you'll never guess what I am. And by into it, I don't mean that she was into, like, I don't know, laying back and getting pounded while just fantasizing about male power. I mean, she was actively and aggressively lustful about men's bodies like that. And it was nice being with her, because it felt nice being with somebody, especially a straight woman, what a rarity, who was as crazy about how I looked as I was about how she looked. Whoa! Oh my god, we're so fucked. Women make your man feel wanted, like, genuinely as fuck. It's not just about making them feel wanted, it's just, like, they have to authentically feel that way. I also wouldn't want to have a straight partner who felt like they had to put effort into it.
Vaush, I have to disagree. Most men get muscles for other men.
Well, most men end up being sort of like in a male circle when getting muscles, but a lot of guys get into fitness thinking it'll be for the women. Timed at the showers, bros? Well, women who are really into guys like it when you're a bit stinky anyway, so, you know.
Masculinity tends to be more performative than femininity, but for reasons that go beyond fashion. Men face pressure in other areas.
Yeah, to be sure, but I'm just talking about, like, eroticism, you know? I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. I'm already generalizing heavily. Basically, what I'm saying is we should enforce more harsh beauty standards to guys. That's what I'm saying. Though a lot of men probably would be much happier if they walked around feeling like they were beautiful. I've had enough experiences of women losing interest after opening and being sensitive as a het cis man, but oh well. You need to find better women. Preferably bi women. They tend to be better about this. You can't give up on that just because you've had some bad experiences with women being bitches, you know? Cry me a river? Wait, why are you being mean to them? Oh, wait, you're being mean to the women, the women that was talked about. Yeah, no, you can't give up on that. It's very important. That'd be like if you had girlfriends who dumped you because you took shits, you know, like not even bad ones, just normal ones. And you're like, ah, well, you know, guess I have to stop shitting. But you have to shit.
How do I date non-straight women? Where are those spaces? And what do I do? Thoughts on dating in leftist political groups or orgs?
I mean, yeah, shit. You find people you like there. But yeah, literally any, like, cool gay area is gonna have it. It kind of depends on your city. I mean, that really does vary. Unless you live in a very small community, or in a relatively reactionary country, you probably have a local, robust gay community.